And we have a structure that's a three-tier government. We have three arms of government that are separate. We have the legislative house, we have the judiciary, and we have the executive arm of government. When you go to a polling booth and you vote for a governor like me, you are voting for a leader to run the province. And you are voting for a legislator, a lawmaker, not a project manager. When you vote for an open member, you know what you're voting for? You are voting for a leader to run the country, not to come back and run your district. Because of the three arms of government. That's why the executive arm of government is made up of open members. Prime Minister is an open member. Deputy Prime Minister is an open member. All the state ministers are open members. So if you look back in the early years of the premier system of government, the premiers were very, very powerful people. They were very, very powerful leaders. That's why the executive arm of government, who are all open members, took all the powers away from the governors, the premiers. And they took all the powers back, decentralized all the powers back to Waigani, and they called us governors. We governors now are rubber stamp. We are just ceremonial figures. You know why? Because we have no powers. We sit in the back bench of parliament. So when I as your governor go up and I try to fight for something for Central Province, I gotta go and beg to the open member. Because the open members have the opportunity to sit on executive arm of government as a state minister or as a prime minister. And for Central Province, we've never had that support. The only member of parliament, state minister who we gave Central Province all the backing and support was none other than the late William Sam, member for Goilala. He was the only guy who stood up for us. Lau hospital here to Nakare, in the border here to Nakare, NCD and here to Nakare. Anybody, I had to go to William Sam. And he had to punch the table in NEC and get it approved by NEC before it went to Parliament. And that's how politics works here. That's why, lagu taudio masero taudio. You may win a balalo hada ina monamo. Hey na ngakara na dia ukara na mona. Diba bema mui haida hina soura lagu haida negana yo lagu style negana. Pasio bautigo. Hey na ngakara na bisina. Lagu na hetu sibugu na hetu bona hina. Kui kuro koromedai lagu na bawa gudo neme bada. Exercise last, gauta last, but I can't go anywhere. I'm locked up in certain places because of just a job I do. That's why I don't play politics. Sit down and try to understand a lot more about where we want to go from here. Nelly is a classic example of a person with perseverance. She doesn't give up. She just keeps going and going and going and going. This is how my people of Central Province must behave. Ina gado heme Hereva nega na, hena betolai haina mani na gado akamonai. She is not from Tolai. She's a bloody Wiga woman. So let's leave it there. Let's go back to where you all fit into the provincial plan. Lau hey na helai 2 years na marumi. I lau na helai ben lau na gabu bona na study na go edebona. How can I get my people to progress? Myself, don't worry about me. I'm a rich, very rich person. Hey, do it. Lau mutu ka ho na helai dalai. Hey na dia na tao na thai na wa lau tamagu je se ato ga na last sivogu na hoya. Lau na hegi rom nega nai lau muri go na talas central ta lau muri go las lau na boyo now da na ya utani dia lau na boyo. So where do we come in? How do I get my people involved? It's all in the Bible. It's all in the Bible. Dai nai ena dubu kewe go nega ne nama but na Hena central plan itera focus ibore na it's based on the Bible. Heina diraba se heina tanobare kara nega na dake kara. Ya tabara kara, sinaba kara, magane na budaya to. Mereni kara. Dolphin kara. Kau bure kara benena tanobare to dia. Beni egwa ada beni be amar dia, tani me amar dia. Umina iden tanari bena, iden se ma benari mu. An. Era Momokani balona koi. Okay. So God put everything on earth. And then the fish you eat, the watermelon, the popo, loku on him. Onana dira and a blessing. So when we put the 3 pillars of Central Province to drive the economy, we said we will drive agriculture, tourism, and sports. Agriculture is because of Eden. We have to live in harmony with God. And then when we say tourism is about conservation, preservation, and good management. Protection and good management. So we protect God's blessing on earth. That's why we put tourism. And then you see why sports. Sport is about good personal hygiene and discipline. Because the body is the Bible. The body is the church. And that's why agriculture, tourism, and sports. It sounds like a very simple plan, but it's a very complex plan when you break it down. So agriculture, we say one crop per district and one crop per farmer concept. One crop per district, Kolalabe, we will only look at coffee. Kairuku, we will only look at rice. Aba, we will only look at cocoa. And Rigo, we will look at livestock. Hey, nice to speak. Last week, Launa Life, first 300 cattle, first 300 cattle out of 2,000. I did a deal with livestock development. Bona 2 million kinata. That's what I drive our one crop per district concept where Rigo is a livestock batala. Livestock not just not cattle, it's goats, it's sheep, it's all of them. So we are now reviving Lana Kalana. Lana Kalana will become one of 3 primary industry stations where we have now created 147 new positions for extension officers. So we're going to do Agarobe, Lana Kalana, and Moriguina. Lana Kalana, Moriguina, we got infrastructure there all, but we are doing it up now. Agarobe, no infrastructure there. So we put first 10 million there to revive it, 2 million to Lana Kalana, and then we're going to put some more money into Moriguina. So Nukai, we will build the training facilities, we will build the nurseries, and then we will build a housing for our extension officers. So we Hanwa Taudia, Bodio Munuka training Beorem, and we seedlings Boabim, Benabolo Mumim Tanway Bohado. And then we send one extension officer to help you so that you develop and grow your plantation and your farms. So we are now bringing everything back to your doorstep. Oitem. So in tourism, we want to promote homestay. I now ram na dia tourist na buy mainika and not to look for a resort. They come and stay with you in your house or in Roma by no. So when they stay within a house, you pay them. We also want everybody to look after Hanwa Kokoroku. Look after village chicken, and we want everybody to have a little garden in the back. So you grow cabbage, capsicum, onion, ginger, all these greens and all these different type of crops. And then we want everybody to have a fish farm. We want everybody to look after goat. We want you to look after small heads of cattle. Because we want to build a cottage industry. Dabai Maragidi tourism, they mustn't wait for the daddy and mommy. They must go to the chicken shed and pick up the ratoi. They pick up the egg, they go down to the garden, they pick up a bit of onion, bit of capsicum, bit of bean. They chop it up, they mix it with egg, and you call it an omelette. An omelette in the hotel now, you pay 50 kina. But our children can have it for free. And then they go and they pull the susu of the cow. And they have fresh milk. Because here you don't have power, you can't put milk in the fridge. So we need to bring animals here where you can have fresh milk. Our children need to have a good balanced diet so that they can become brainy when they go to school. And these things are free if you look after them. That's why things are coming now. All of you must start stepping up now. I'm not here to tell you good things that you want to hear. I am going to tell you the hard things so that you will be like me, you will be successful like me. So agriculture, tourism, and sports, that's where the money is. Umina, when I see a lot of people, you write projects and you come down to the provincial government office. Like, remember in the hill, about a proposal, I think they're going to go. Last governor, a proposal. I na dubu. Sorry, but I la when a plan here na dubu tana. Dubu na say the money, na lagu planning. There's no money for church. Who makes up the church? You tell me. All of you here, you all make up the church. And the money is in agriculture. The money is in tourism. You are the congregation. Without you, there's no church. For me to come and give money to the church means only me, I'll go to heaven. All of you go to hell. That's why I do not give money to God. I will give money to you. And God, that's your own deal. You make your own deal with God. So you give your offering and you give your contribution to the church. So God will appreciate you. And then you and God will do a deal. And then when you die, you go to heaven. Not me. I cannot read God and tell God, sorry, my brother here is a bit of a foul body. So forgive him and still bring him to heaven. No, I can't do that. And but my job as your governor is to make sure that I give you all the tools you need on this earth so that you can grow yourself, grow your wealth, and grow your relationship with God. So this is what we're doing. I will tell you about Semoyeve. Semoye Malagu office, Robi. Sorry, Governor Ego. Launa itara Metago Bible College. Dobo itaduru Diego. Launa go mo imanya Hereva na kamone. Egwaina daka minister na rumor and run down. Tada pastor, trading pastors and area rumor ibona run down. Please 500,000 kinata do ahedi. Pena baya kare. Langwa ina lagu plani na money na dubu na sede money na go. Ala proposal maba karelo. Money na agriculture, tourism, and sports na today. Elo second time, mana sielo. Penyo go governor, no money na me, no money sibo hedi. Last na go. You used to be a former minister, state minister. In government, we say unless it's law policy, you are wasting your time, and you are wasting my time. It's not in the policy. Go and do it again. So hello, he did an arrangement. They went and put in a submission together, and they brought it to me where the locals, itara Hanwataria Huna, LNG plant site, true laba 300 hectares a henny, tam. And then they did a deal with a company in Queensland to grow mango and export mango to Australia. And based on that, we gave them 4 million kina. They are 500,000. Yeah, be 500,000 euro. Proposal through agriculture, we gave him 4 million kina. You see, so you know where I'm coming from now. Money is packed in the right places. All you got to do is you must know how to access it. You have to organize the congregation. The Catholics are already gone. The Catholics are well off. The SDAs too are well off. But my church, the Ecclesia, we are not in order. You see, we have to start thinking a bit more sharper. So I told the board, through the provincial administrator, sit down and let's look at developing the Metago Bible College to a university with what Semoyeve is saying. So we can look for more money and give it to them. So I don't want the pastors just preaching about theology, about the Bible. I want pastors to also talk about practical skills. I want pastors to talk about agriculture skills. So when they're in the rural area, they are speaking the same language as the governor. And you will notice that our high schools now, I put on the responsibility of the high schools now with me, the governor. The primary schools right down to the elementary now will be with the open member. But with the high schools, we are now starting up with the upper secondary. So we are converting all our upper secondaries to agro-technical high schools. In the bottom, I put the first 2.5 to 3 million kids in Kwikila now. Then I put 6 new teachers' houses, 4 new classrooms, and 4 new dormitories. 30 kVA generator and water system. First time in the history of Central Province. No renovation, brand new. Henabolam Kupianato, same thing. 6 teachers' houses, 4 dormitories, 4 classrooms, 30 kVA generator, and a water system. Solar-driven water system, solar lighting everywhere. On phase 1. There are a few more phases that will come that are going to happen throughout the year. As we speak now, we are putting solar-driven bore water in 50 villages. Bore water, solar-driven. 14 million kina. I said, Ranu, don't talk about water, just go and do it. Ranu na Mauri gauna. Ranu is a very, very basic necessity. Don't talk about it, just pay it. Heda langani, lawena PSIP boni de dos nabi. To midiba mu hida school finato. 8.4 million kina hena langani. Law PSIP dos nabi. To midiba mu dakada inay. But you submission momo area rubbish bine na negedia. Because there are rubbish submissions for personals. Personal, one, people bring in submission for themselves. I asked the governor, whatever money I owe in the church belongs to the people. Doesn't belong to one guy. Yeah. So you as a congregation, as a church, you get yourselves together and develop a cooperative. You develop a cooperative, go into agriculture, go into tourism and bring me the submission and I will help you. Money na mia, but you have to know how to ask for it. With these 3 primary industry stations that we are setting up now for Rigo, you at Lana Kalana, you will see that the national government now is aligning with us. Before the national government go in one direction, provincial government are going in another direction, DDA is going in another direction, and the donor agencies in another direction. Duplicating things and not really coming up with something good for the province. So now with the primary industry stations, it's the first time in Papua New Guinea where national governments now are aligning with us. So everything is streamlined through one system. And then we roll out so you will see maximum effect. How come we can do 50 water tanks, solar-driven water tank system, 14 million kina just like that? That's because we are now aligning with government. Why do you think we have lit up our 37 health centers now with 5 kVA lighting and catchment water? Because we are aligning with the national government. But provincial government, we are putting a lot of money down. For the first time, you know why? Because we are saying no to a lot of rubbish. We are not here to please anybody. I'm not here to please anybody. I'm here to do the right thing. Louder and Hanoi Nabada. I used to carry water to the house. I used to Tubugida Nabiruba, Uday. Lau Hanua Mauri na Lau Dibago. Lau na niya now gabade Nabada. Lau Hanoi Nabada, Gabagabe Nabada. Damagine Nabada. Kaparogay Nabada. So I know village life. Nobody can tell me what to do in the village. Lau Dibago, but na Lau Hanoi Nabada. So this is the politics. Every day, bolam gabagaba hena. Election time video go mam time ina. Oh na mam time ina dai na order bono bomasin. It's not mam time. It's serious. Elections are here. You choose properly. Those who don't like the way I'm doing things, don't vote for me. Vote for somebody, but vote a good leader. If you think that I'm not your type of leader, don't vote for me. This is a rubbish job. It's a rubbish job. Hereva muka na marungu. Hena ukore karam lau wasna mauto na mona. Lau na nama kimai tu biya nama inu diba nakabu bara nama karato hena kau kore kogu masakara. Dai nai baboti na mona mo. If we don't vote well, our children are going to be lost. Wiga, Boku, Hena Daloitem. I fought for this road. Last year they put 20 million on this road. 20 million for this road, 5 million every year. I'm going to check where they are with this road. Hena Ring Road, there was 20 million approved. So this road is still going on. Don't need Belam. Hena Ring Road. Don't need Behel. Hena, this is a provincial road. District trying to take it over last. Lawe de kai billboard na tom na una na lagudala. Those are provincial roads. I am responsible. So I am responsible for 9 roads. In Rigo, I am responsible for this road and the Lana Kalana to Keleraka road. Those are 2 provincial roads within Rigo. And Lone Dairy Road, another Lagu Road. The other roads are open members roads. So you see, we are now having very clear demarcations on who is responsible for what. That's why you see changes are going to start happening. So Basho Dara Dara, what we all got to do now, and this is a congregation, our second here, it is very, very important that you must speak the same language as the governor. Don't speak a different language. You speak the same language as the governor. And then you see everything will fall into place. Tano Item Hena Prime Minister, he made a statement when he got in. What did he say? He will make Papua New Guinea the richest black Christian nation in the world. Momokani ba la koi. Huh? Hena Momokani ba is dreaming. You know what I think? I think the Prime Minister's statement was an understatement. We are already the richest black Christian nation in the world. You know why? Because we are one of the only countries in the world that own land. All of you sitting here, you are landlords. You are born a very, very rich man and you don't know it. Your problem is you don't know how to convert it to money without even selling it. You don't have to sell it. But you are already a very wealthy man. Ena bolam Australia, America bolam, Gabu bolam. Tanu masih de tano. Idia now, Tanu body belongs to the state. Papua New Guinea, 97% of the land here belongs to you. Only 3% belongs to the state. Dainai, Gabu bona bolam, Gauta Bakara, stop order beatum. Stop order, stop order, stop order, stop order. Because you know why? You are the landlord that's here putting the stop order. Kana go please, I develop an order. Kana best stop order. Mani quickly by there. Ubila Amor, quickly best stop order here. I see the one we had. Lau governor and I do. Koto de body 15. Mia. Dainai quickly na gabu tabasela. Quickly na down bela benombo na korombo isi benada bemare. So you see, we are our own biggest enemies because we don't know we don't understand the economics of this world. So one crop per district, one crop per farmer. Understand that how that works. Nelly is already doing it in coffee. So we put a lot of money behind coffee. Heina, Golala, each LLG, because they're growing coffee, they get 350,000 each for coffee. 350,000 to start buying coffee. So we move the coffee down here and then people like Nelly and them will export it. You see? The Rigo Goodikas, you must get into coffee. Coffee na banina coffee ita ororo hanwadia agwam coffee badna coffee is very well subsidized. Coffee na minor price subsidy, but na coffee na minor freight subsidy. So even though you move coffee down by helicopter or by air, you can still make some money at the end of the day. And that's why we said we will only deal with coffee for the inland. Gabe dala bani namonega na order anian ido bado. But at the meantime, you do whatever you can, but try and concentrate on coffee because you can make good money from coffee. About cocoa, taguam, kariku rice. Down the line, when you are already opening up your land for commercial farming, and then we will come and help you and we will tell you to switch to certain different crops. There are certain different crops there, but you are not used to these crops yet. So down the line, we will massage it and we will tell you how to, which step to take so that you can make more money, meaning that you have more yields in the year, more harvest in the year, you make more money. Bikuna, only one harvest in a year. There are crops where you can do up to four harvests in a year. One crop, and you make more money out of it. They pay good money for it. So these things, we will, through the extension officers, they will help you. You want to do further training like literacy, financial literacy training, cooperative training, you will start doing them now with Laura Kala, we start developing them. So these are the big discussions that people must start having. When you are sitting with your own little groups in the churches, in the communities, talk about agriculture, talk about tourism. When you start growing the land, it gives me every reason now to put money in the road. The money I put in the road is an investment. It's not an expense. Because I put in the road, I'm looking at what's going to come out from this road. Itanana Rigo banana, Rigo banana, Rigo banana, Rigo banana, Namo to enamoni dia namo. We have to look at something that's got more money, more value in it. So we look at coffee and we look at other crops which will help you. So start opening up the land. Tano Bakewa. The congregation is the right place to do it. The congregation here, all of you, put a cooperative together and come and see me. Or that's if I come back. Lobana win low, they're gonna bump by the balance they're gonna allow people to. It's a plan in the provincial government already. The administrator is already well aware of this. So you can use this system. It's policy now. The budget is tied to this policy guidelines within the provincial government. If you come for other money like Bema Reverend, Bema later time in my life, I got no money for the church. So you come up with a submission to run a cooperative program here through agriculture, and there's money sitting there. A lot of people want to go, organic. They like goats. They like British chicken, not the hybrid. You see, but nobody's selling them. Nobody's selling this good food that we're talking about. We need to start growing them in bulk. Tourists now, they want to take a drive here to Daladika. Then there is a challenge. You wet the land and let me build the road. There's no point in me building a road when you are not working the land. Okay. So, politically moving forward as your governor, my job, number one priority is to make sure that I lift the image of the province. In the last 50 years, itana tadiobo na doko. Now be ema ini kaguna be na ite se ina tanobara tena popurigiri tadi badi. But we went from first and now we are in the last. We're the least developed province. So we are now trying to get back on our feet. That's why we are not concentrating on economy. I don't talk about how I spend money. I only want to talk about how to make money. Because once you make money, everything else will fall into play. So I went out and I'm looking for where all our resources are. I audited the whole province. I audited all the districts. I audited the sub-districts. That's why you see Lana Kala, Kaleroka, and Agarobe we are working. Because Unana Itara Tano. Unana provincial government and a Tano. So I put a plan around them and I packed money behind them. I went after buildings that belong to the central provincial government. Hey na itara office, central province office, Konero boy. Oyo lalo muna be itara Tano. Ah? Ona provincial government office ite. Guna be itara Tano. Lasi. We never owned that land. We only had what you call a certificate of occupancy. Launa Bare Negana, after the audits, I went and I fought for all this land. And now, last year I got the title back. Not last year, 2 years ago I got the title back. So now you go to Konedobu, you can say that that's your land. Gunabe Diem Tano, Henabe that title now. So that is my job as a governor. My job is to build the image of the province, build our identity, so people will respect us. Hey na hospitalam neganai, you feel like a stranger. Hahina market olam neganai, market ye daddy mo memo ani ani daddy. Ma roan. O you know 50 kina go ma just kisi 20 kina na passing mouse. And what can we MP say? Aida kabaya go. It is well out of our jurisdiction. So I amended myself as your governor and as your lawmaker. I changed the law. I changed the law not only to get more money. We get more money now with the changing of the law and getting IRC now to pay us 10% directly. We are getting 3.2 million every month. And then I changed the law where now I put myself as governor inside the NCDC board. So do any of you understand that? Huh? Do you understand that? So that now when my mothers, you go to the market and they harass you, I will deal with them. Because now I am inside them. Guna be ita muri murai, hena be tabare bon, I did a bedroom lalona. Dia roba lalona to bedroom marena nabare. So we now have a say in Mosby. It is a very, very big political statement. That's why they ran to the Supreme Court to get a stay on it. So that we go for elections and then Agarobe lose and then they will still control everything. They can control all the other governors. They will never control Agarobe. They know that. That's why I got to get rid of me. So politically, that's where we are now. So you will see that slowly, Central, we are now coming back. Our identity now is coming back. People are now beginning to recognize Central Province. Not like before. Before we were rubbish. Not anymore. So I can only do so much. The rest is up to all of you. Work the land. You're already wealthy people. Work the land. My job as a governor is to create an environment for you so that you will then thrive in business. A lot of people are saying, Governor, we go build Baltimore, Central City. You must know very well that governors don't build cities. It's business that builds a city. My job is to create an environment that's conducive for business, and when business feel that it's safe to invest their money, they will come. That's why we're putting the border post. That's why we are now doing a full audit on all our province. We are trying to find out where our resources are. I can't build on traditional land. You know why? Because you guys are giving me stop order. So I'm identifying my own land, provincial government land, and I am developing these areas like Lana Kalana, Kelerakwa, Agavairu. These are provincial government land that we are now secured and we are now building back on them. For traditional landowners, if you want to see progress, you have to open up your own land. If you don't open up your land, then I can still only do so much. That's as far as I can go. There's more money coming in. Infrastructure, everybody builds infrastructure, but what happens after 5 years? It collapses. Because there's no maintenance in it. There's no means of sustaining it. Why do you think I went after NCD? Now it's not a one-off payment. NCD is every month. IRC will pay us directly 3.2 million every month. On the 22nd of every month, we get a check of 3.2 million. That's money that we never used to see before. So there's constant revenue coming in. It hits the budget, and then it trickles down through agriculture, tourism, and sports. Hena Boitang, we are now building the border post. It's a political statement. We are building 5 border posts. Bautama, 14 mile to Sogeri, Laloki Bridge, Apanaipi, and Porabora Junction. These are political statements that say that NCD starts and stops here. But they're also economic infrastructure where we control movement of everybody in and out of Central Province. So we have to protect our right, our birthright, jealously. Jealously. You give something away, it's very, very hard to get it back. And that's why we have to make some very, very hard stands. I have to make some very, very disciplinary lines with all my people. I have to say no to you to a lot of things. And normally people, you don't like it. You want every time governor to say yes. Proposal Maila, you just yes, because you know what? They will not vote Dainai. Vote Dainai, yes to go. And that's why we are at the end of the ladder. Well, I'm not here to please any of you for your vote. If you don't like it, don't vote for me. You vote for somebody else. Dibam. Launa muri murai wa laloi launa mero barana muri murai launa ma mero barana laloi bena ma bana lasi la doi di mero barana muri murai. Launa same speed doi di bana hell. So now go down in a minute, but balona na namo. You got a lot of candidates are running around now, open candidates. Choose a good leader who will stand for you. Choose a good leader who, when he speaks, you listen to him talk. Is he there to please you, or is he a guy with substance? Who is going to stay there and fight for your rights and understand the structure of government, understand the politics that's happening in Papua New Guinea? Because if he doesn't understand it, he is going to be another bloody briefcase carrier when he goes in. Like the rest of them. So Laura nama Hereva mo daina, Laura ni kay banado ko. Laura nasna maim daina, Laura Hereva ndo baka mo na. Pen hina bero Laura na lam nega na bare Laura. Laki bana long balas. So Reverend, the executive Ibomwe, thank you, Badara. You only invite to go hina church Dubu Piona for the women's triennial meeting. 3 years ago, I drove up here all the way to Boku, Manalo. Now, Dala Name Cheke, Nalo. That's when we did the scoping of this road. When I went back, I did all the planning. Hena 5 years, I drove all around Central Province. I went all the way to Bam, end of the, not once, I went about that side, I went about 8 times. Boku Negarona died. I drove all the way up to Tapini, Motobake, and Nahayakona Tapini. I've been all the way right down to Waima, Kibori, right to the end. Angapanga, and I went up the river. 4 years, when I was doing the scoping of all this province, I went all around the province. Hena campaign time, loud the lagago to the then allow the helicopter and alone. Hena ben alone and I'll go back. But today, I want to thank you all again for inviting me here. I've said some very hard things, but the things I'm telling you are real. It's good food for your thought. Politicians can't keep coming and telling you all the nice things. You need to start understanding the facts of life. If you don't understand the facts of life, we are going to remain like this, substandard, behind the scene, hidden away in the corner. So with that, thank you, Badare, for the Hereva say, thank you.